Kevin, can you say what magazines you worked for before? I remember your name. If you can't, that is all right. You do an amazing job all around. Oh, Steven, sure, no problem. There's no problem me saying so. Let's see. The first magazine I was ever published in was Surfing Magazine, and that was in 2000, or it wasn't even. It was 1999, and it was one article, and it was a tiny, like 200-word article with a photograph, not of me, but a photograph that I took for Surfing Magazine. Then I had a very small article published in Auto Week. Then I went to go write for what was then Prime Media. And I interviewed in the Anaheim building. I thought I was, because I was going to college in Long Beach. And they immediately were like, oh my gosh, get this stupid Mopar ginger out of here and get him at Mopar Muscle Magazine. So I flew out to Mopar Muscle Magazine, and I didn't even interview. They just offered me the job, and I went to go work for Mopar Muscle out in Tampa, Florida. But while I was at Mopar Muscle, I ended up writing simultaneously. I was an associate editor at Mopar Muscle Magazine. I became the simultaneous associate editor for Corvette Fever magazine, which I had no place writing for Corvettes. I knew nothing about Corvettes. I was the biggest imposter. I had no place writing for Corvettes. It was terrible. But I wrote for Corvette Fever. I had some stuff published in Vet magazine. I had some stuff published in High Performance Pontiac magazine. I had 2 articles published in CarCraft, which was a big deal because I was a big CarCraft reader. But then after that, I went to go work for CN Publishing, which was Cycle News, and they put me as editor of Personal Watercraft Illustrated, and I was there. Until January 1st, 2010, and that was 3 weeks after my first daughter was born. It was a rough one, but they closed up shop. They closed up the whole damn thing. And so I wanted to start a jet ski fishing website called Jet Angler. And I brought a really good friend of mine in named Jeff Faulkner. And Jeff was a hardcore fisherman and I was the big jet skier guy, but I didn't really know my head from a hole in the ground when it came to fishing. So that was kind of like a chocolate peanut butter thing. And we built 2 skis and had them at the Fred Hall show, had them at the LA Boat Show, had them at the Long Beach Boat Show. We were involved with Huntington Beach Honda and a guy named Mark Samuelix. And Mark's a really good guy. In fact, Mark actually is responsible for naming the Watercraft Journal. So, but unfortunately, Jet Angler wasn't going anywhere. So I went to go work for a company called what was then Power TV, but became Power Auto Media. And I ran and relaunched like 4 different magazines. I was over Street Muscle magazine. I was over Chevy Hardcore magazine. Again, I had no place being there. They kept putting me on Chevy stuff. I was over Rod Authority, which was like a hot rod, rat rod magazine. But I ran those 4, and I was miserable working there. And I learned very quickly I was too much of an a-hole to work for anybody, and I had to go work for myself. So we moved out to Tennessee, got out of California. I launched what was called Watercraft Performance magazine. And we had an angel sponsor who was kind of footing the bill for the first 7, 8 months. And the money ran dry. And they were like, you got to pay us back right now. And I'm like, I don't have the money. We just started. And they got real crappy with me. And they tried to fire me and tried to run the magazine without me. Whatever. And lawyered up. And they laughed and were like, Kevin's the magazine. So I migrated Watercraft Performance magazine into the Watercraft Journal, and then started Watercraft Journal. And then about 2 years later, we launched Mopar. Well, we had to change the name because Chrysler asked me to. Well, when I got licensed by Chrysler, they asked me to change it to Mopar Connection Magazine, which I was happy to do. And we changed it, and I had the licensing to do it, and all the legalese and legal rigmarole that required me to do so. So we now own the Watercraft Journal and Mopar Connection Magazine. And that's a long answer to a very short question. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.